Hey everybody, happy Memorial Day. What's going on everybody? The reason why I'm on here, I'm going to make this clear about all this FICO crap, FICO scores. Okay, when I was young, my parents told me there was no FICO score. Well, back then, the 70s and in the 70s, you wasn't even allowed to get a copy of your credit report. So you couldn't actually physically get a copy of your credit report. Back then, they just recorded your payment history. Well, eventually, decade down the road, they made it a law where you can see what's in your credit report. This is before all this internet stuff started happening, where you can get online and look at it or download an app, and there's like a million different FICO models. Okay? So two guys decided in the 80s, mid to late 80s, decided to create a number on everybody. And everything you do is based on a number. Some jobs pull your FICO score, determine if you're eligible for a job. Your car insurance is based off your FICO score, not your driving record. Somebody with bad credit will pay 5 times the price than somebody with good credit. They say that people that have bad credit file more insurance claims when it's the other way around. People I know that got money out their yin yang file more insurance claim and collected money from the insurance companies. Okay? Insurance companies will can you. If you file too many claims, you're risky. Okay? A FICO score was created to create greed for the lenders, the insurance companies, the banks. Okay? The banks will charge you more interest if you have a low FICO score. If you have a high FICO score, you're risky too. So, and they'll tell you a credit score has nothing to do with anything. You'll get denied with a credit score of 850, 820, 830. You will still get denied. Okay? And when you miss payments, the credit bureaus actually electronically alerts all your creditors and let them know that you're risky because you missed 30 days or you missed a payment. Like during this pandemic, it was a nightmare. They were lowering everybody's credit limit for no reason, because if you miss one payment, it's like all over with. You're risky. We're going to lower your credit limit from $5,000 to $100. Yeah, they actually physically alert your creditors, all of them, because you missed a payment. And what they'll do is drop your credit limit. Like for instance, $5,000 limit on a Lowe's card. Never missed any payments, had a zero balance, never even maxed the card out. The most spent was $255. They lowered the credit limit down to $100. Just because they got alert from the credit bureau that you skipped a payment. And what happened was one of my credit cards in Texas back in February, they had an ice storm, knocked out their electric, so they shut down their payment facility. They had no electric. How are you going to get to work? Well, they got the payments eventually, and they tagged them as missed payments, and they got on the credit bureau as missed payments. That's what happened. It took 90 days to get that fixed, because they said, you're not the only one that's complaining about this. And I just paid the card off, and they lowered my credit limit down from $2,100 to $1,800, just because they looked at the credit bureau and it said skip payment, missed payments or whatever, and it's from them. So they lowered my credit limit. So I kept on calling them up. They said, yeah, we'll fix your back to normal credit limit. Well, they never did. They were saying this month. Well, they kept on saying this month, next month. Well, next month never came because it's still the same. So, yeah, so I just paid all my debts off and really quit fooling with credit. I kept accounts open because I just got a house. But if I close all them credit cards out, you know what happens? All the credit score will drop down back to zero. Because its FICO score is created to create greed for the lenders. Not you, the lenders. Okay? Stay in debt and make the banks rich. Now, Wall Street Journal said a lot of people were paying their credit card debt off since March. The banks are not too happy about that, because some credit cards basically are a trap. They want to get everybody trapped, or you're paying the bank interest. The minimum payment just covers the interest rate. That's why it tells you on your bank statement, your credit card statement, it'll take 15 years to pay this off if you pay the minimum payment. Look how much money you're giving to the banks. Yeah, a lot of money. They're cha-chinging, okay? Store cards, 30% interest, 29% interest. Discover card, 23% interest. Unbelievable. So if I apply for a credit card with an 850 score, I want a low interest rate. I want a 3% interest rate, not no 22 or 29%. The store cards will knock you off. 29%, 28%. That means for every $100 you charge, you pay $30 in interest. So if you spend $1,000, that's over $300 in interest. Reoccurring interest rate. So I just figure I'd get on here, let everybody know. Pay your debt off, like Dave Ramsey says, and just cut your cards up and get rid of the debt. Because it's all about debt, okay? If you have a high FICO score and have all your credit cards paid, close them out. Let me know what happens 30 days later or 5 weeks later. That score is going to drop back down to 0. Yep. It's created to create greed and keep you in a trap of the debt cycle. It's called debt, and you die with debt. You're born with debt, you die with debt. It's all about debt. So, okay? Make it clear, stay away from credit cards. Basically, if they give you 1% cash back or 5% cash back, but they're making that up in the interest rate they're charging you. Yep. 30% interest, but we're giving you 5% back. So basically, you're getting 25% interest. Either way, you're screwed. You know what I mean? It's a trap. The marketing scheme they use, a trap. If you're ever on Credit Karma, they keep on emailing you about, try this credit card, apply for this credit card, because Credit Karma or Credit Sesame or Wallet Hub or CreditWise, they're making money on that. When you apply for the card and you get approved, they get money on that. They make a little bit of money. It's a marketing scheme to get you in debt. Okay, it's a debt cycle. The banks are getting more rich. Right now the banks are screwed because people are paying their credit card debt off and not looking back. Banks are screwed. They want you to get in that debt cycle. Because they tell you when you make a payment, you know what they tell you on the phone? We are a debt collector. Not a credit collector, we are a debt collector. So what's that tell you? It's not credit, it's debt. It's not a credit report. They loop everybody in this bullshit calling it credit when it's debt. It's debt, not credit. Repeat what I'm saying. It's debt, not credit. The banks call it a debt report, not a credit report. Okay? And the credit bureaus determine if you get approved or not the lenders. Because they're the ones that have the FICO score in the credit report. They wouldn't be pulling for a credit report if the credit bureau didn't determine if you're approved or not. The lender don't have your FICO score until they pull your credit report. So that credit report determines if you're approved or not. A lot of people said, oh, that's not true. Yes, it is true. Yes, it sure in hell is true. Okay? So, yeah. It's easier to go in a store with a credit card and buy when you ain't got. Okay? Or go to McDonald's with a credit card and say, damn, I got $10,000 on this card. I'm going to buy everybody food here. I'm buying everybody. Don't realize you're going to have a bill in the mailbox pretty soon or online. So I figure I'd get on here and let you guys know about this whole debt crap. It's made, the FICO score was made to create greed for the lenders, which it is. If you do the research, it's on there like that. Okay? Repeat me, a FICO score was created to create greed for the lenders, and the guys who designed this FICO crap made billions of dollars, and every year they're coming out with different FICO models to get your credit score lower so the interest get higher for the lenders. Okay, that's all it is. FICO 10, FICO 12, FICO 13, FICO 20. Score gets lower and lower and lower to create more greed for the lenders. Okay, understand that. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, okay? Thank you so much.